Everyone. My name is Asia Karki, and today I'm here to present an executive summary of Enterprise Network Infrastructure project, mainly focusing on stage 2. The main purpose of this project was to build a working network using Linux switches and Linux systems and Aruba switches. We connected client, server, router, and switches and worked with different network services. So, in this presentation, I will explain the overall network, my role in this stage, the goal of the stage 2, and the services and the skills that we learned from this project. This is the overall topology of the project. As we can see, the network includes Ubuntu client, server, router, Aruba switches. Uh, the Aruba 2530 works as the access layer where the client and server device connect to the network. The Aruba 6300 is used as the core layer and connects the different part of the network together. The topology also shows that this was a group work. Me and my partner, I was doing the 2530 switch, whereas my partner was doing the 6300. We worked together and for the full network to function. Now, my role in this project, as I had mentioned earlier, I was using the 2530 switch. I worked with VLAN 214 and made sure my end devices were connected correctly. This included checking VLAN membership and making sure the client and servers were connected to the correct access layer. I also worked with trunk connection between the Aruba 2530 and the core layer. This was important because even if my own switch was configured correctly, the network would not fully work unless my configuration also matched the other part of the network. So my role was not only configuring the access switch, I also had to make sure my part of the network worked with my partner's part. Moving on, the goal of stage 2. The main goal was to integrate networks. In stage 1, we focused more on building and configuring individual part of the network, but in stage 2, the goal was to connect these parts and make them work as one complete network. We needed end-to-end connectivity between the devices. We also worked with layer 2 and layer 3 networking, automatic IP address assignment, dynamic routing, external connectivity, and secure access. So for me, stage 2 was where the project started to feel like a computer network instead of separate devices. Next slide, network services and security. In stage 2, we used several network services. DHCP was used for automatic address assignment, OSPF for dynamic route exchange, which allowed routing information to be shared between network devices. NAT and IP forwarding were used to support external connectivity. DNS was used for name resolution, so devices could use names such as youtube.com instead of using IP addresses. We also used SSH keys for secure remote access. Instead of depending only on password, we created and shared SSH keys between our systems. Working with all these services helped me understand that a network depends on many different devices, services working together. Troubleshooting and network validation. This was the major part of stage 2. We faced several connectivity problems during the project. For example, there were times when our client and server did not receive an IP address, or the device could communicate inside the network but could not reach the internet. Instead of changing everything at once, we tried to find which part of the network was causing the problem. We checked an access layer, IP addressing, routing, and external connectivity separately. We also analyzed DHCP communication and used Wireshark to examine network traffic. One thing that I learned from this project is that troubleshooting a network requires patience and a step-by-step process. I also learned how important communication is in a group network project because a problem in one part of the network can affect another person's devices. Mm, Industry skills. This stage helped me build skills that I can use in the IT industry. I gained more experience with VLANs, layer 2 switching, routing and Linux networking. I also worked with secure remote access using SS key and network traffic analysis using Wireshark. However, one of the biggest skills I learned was troubleshooting. Before this project, it was easy to think that if a network was not working, there was only one problem. But during this project, I learned that the issue could be related to VLAN, DSCP, routing, the network adapter, or another part of the network. I learned to check each layer and try to understand where the communication was stopping. Overall, stage 2 helped me understand how different network technology work together in a large network. It also gave me a practical experience with configuration, troubleshooting, teamwork, and network validation. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Have a good day.